As we know, the appalling attack on police officers at Manchester Airport has been completely ignored by the CPS. It has literally been silence. Until now, Nigel Farage has made a huge announcement with regard to it, of which we will watch in today's video. Not only that, but we will also go over all of the latest news from up and down the country. But first, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. Just a quick one to say we have new Stuck Farmer t-shirts available on our store. Go grab them now. They are available at britishstand.com or check the link in the description. So as stated in the intro, the appalling attack on police officers at Manchester Airport has been completely ignored by the CPS. This what Farage has said on the matter.
The Southport riots led to immediate arrests and, in some cases, imprisonment, not just for those that threw bricks, but for those who said things online. Yet, the appalling attack on police officers at Manchester Airport has been completely ignored. We think, as Reform UK, this is as clearer illustration of two-tier policing, two-tier justice in two tiers Britain as you could possibly see. And we promised a few weeks ago that if the Crown Prosecution Service did not lay some charges against these men who, remember, even broke the nose of a women's police officer, that we would take out a private prosecution. And Richard Tice, my deputy leader, has news.
So let's remind ourselves, this assault took place on the 23rd of July. Here we are in the second half of November, no news whatsoever. And when we announced that we were going to do this private criminal prosecution, we thought we might hear from somebody. Absolute silence, zip, nothing at all. So the firm that we have instructed is TMI Limited. They are the largest private prosecutor in the country. They have over 1,000 successful prosecutions, and they are going to write today to the Chief Constable of Greater Manchester Police and also to the Crown Prosecution Service with their requirements, with the evidence, with the requirements to conduct witness statements and much more in order to commence this prosecution. We said we'd do it, we waited to hear, we've heard nothing, so we're left with no alternative.
Yeah, we will not live in a two-tier country. Absolutely not.
What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments. In other news, Farmer Gareth Wyn-Jones has fumed at Labour for dropping the biggest bombshell ever and warned a huge problem could be on the horizon for Britain. Sir Keir Starmer has also been criticised for avoiding protesters at the Welsh Labour conference by sneaking out the back, rather than facing farmers who are angry about inheritance tax changes. Hundreds of farmers gathered with tractors outside the conference venue in Llandudno to voice their dismay at the changes unveiled in Rachel Reeves's first budget. Farmer Gareth Wyn-Jones told the media, "They don't understand the importance of agriculture, farming and food production. If they did, they wouldn't have put this inheritance tax on small family farms." Starmer stood in the NFU conference in February and told everybody how he was going to protect family farms. The first budget comes out, and he drops the biggest bombshell ever. We should challenge him. On Saturday, where the Welsh Labour conference was, he was there. There were hundreds of farmers, and I was one of them. We waited for him outside to come and address and talk to us to air our frustrations, but he didn't. He snuck out the back. That is really, really poor form. He's spending more times on airplanes all over the world instead of sorting out the problems he's got in this country. I'm telling you something. There is some big problems coming up from food shortages. This is the biggest worry for us as farmers, being able to afford to be able to feed the poor people in society, and that is going to be a problem. Despite the protests, Starmer defended his position at the conference, saying he would defend the tough decisions that would be necessary to stabilise our economy. He insisted the budget measures were needed to face up to the harsh light of fiscal reality. Treasury data suggests around 3/4 of farmers will pay nothing in inheritance tax under the new rules. However, farmers have challenged these figures, citing Department for Environment, Food and Rural Affairs data indicating 66% of farm businesses are worth more than the £1 million threshold. Experts warn the new rules will create an unfair divide, with private sector workers' pension inheritances facing a 40% tax charge, while public sector pensions remain exempt. Ian Cook of wealth manager Quilter warned the changes could have devastating consequences for dependent partners. The Taxpayers Alliance criticised the growing unfairness, saying private sector workers are sick of picking up the bill for gold-plated public sector pensions. A government spokesperson said, with public services crumbling, a £22 billion fiscal hole inherited from the previous government, and 40% of agricultural property relief going to the 7% of wealthiest claimants, we made a difficult decision to ensure the relief is fiscally sustainable. Around 500 claims each year will be impacted, and farm-owning couples can pass on up to £3 million without paying any inheritance tax. This is a fair and balanced approach. Lastly, Prince Harry spoke about family healing in a new interview as the Duke of Sussex was pictured in Canada. Appearing at the 2024 Grey Cup Festival, Harry, 40, spoke on the sidelines in Vancouver ahead of the game between the Toronto Argonauts and the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. He was joined by Invictus Games competitor Wen Ni. The Duke of Sussex was in Vancouver to promote the Invictus Games, which will be taking place in the city, as well as Whistler, from February 8th to February 16th next year. Harry told TSN on Sunday, "It's our 10-year anniversary this year, which is really exciting. The Invictus movement started back in 2014. It's a sporting platform used for the rehabilitation and support for wounded soldiers, serving and veterans. We have 25 nations, growing all the time. It's really an opportunity for the individuals themselves and their families to heal and rehabilitate." The Duke of Sussex celebrated the 10th anniversary of the Invictus Games earlier this year. The Games, where wounded, injured and sick military personnel compete in multiple sports, were founded in 2014. The most recent games were held in Germany last year. The Duke of Sussex's appearance at the Grey Cup Festival comes ahead of his polo documentary, set to drop on Netflix in December. The series was created by Boardwalk Pictures and Archewell Productions, the production company Harry co-founded with wife Meghan Markle. It was reported in April that the docu-series, which delves into the world of professional polo, was primarily filmed during the US Open Polo Championship. At the time, Harry played alongside professional polo player and close friend Ignacio Nacho Figueras during the Centobale ISPS Honda Polo Cup, where documentary cameras were filming. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel for more British content. Thank you, take care, goodbye.